It looks as though I'm joined by some friends today. And we all wish we were climbing in the car to travel to another theme park, to explore theme park history and storytelling, and sample some delicious flavors. Vegan flavors, mind you, because that's what we do here on this channel. But today we're not heading into a theme park. We're staying home today, but we're thinking about a theme park. Specifically, Universal Studios Florida and Halloween Horror Nights. Today we're going to stay in and look at some theme park history, including some fun things from the very first Halloween Horror Nights. We will come back to these ticket stubs in a little bit. But I am a little rumbly in the tumbly, so what can we eat from Halloween Horror Nights? One of the classic must-haves are pizza fries. I've never had pizza fries because they're not vegan until now. Today we're going to be making homemade DIY vegan pizza fries pretty much from scratch. I thought, well, being that I'm at home, I have time to make them. We're going to make a homemade cheese sauce, a homemade pizza sauce, make it very, very delicious, and look at some awesome Halloween Horror Nights theme park memorabilia. But first we need to set the tone. I found this on YouTube. The channel is Mad Pirate 75. I'll show you one more time. Mad Pirate 75 with 2 D's. Halloween Horror Nights 29 music. So we'll have this in the background while we're exploring. We've got the music. What about some ambiance? And all good cooking segments are made better with a beverage. Tonight's choice, Sam Adams Jacko Pumpkin Ale. I very recently discovered that not all beers are vegan. I thought maybe it was just, well, water, hops, malt, rice. I figure it's gotta be vegan, right? It's not the case. Some beers have a, I'm not sure what to call it, I forget, but they put a fish bladder in their beers to make them clear. But the research I did says that all Sam Adams beers are vegan. Alright, let's get to cooking. To be honest with you, this video started yesterday. Yesterday I made the cheese sauce and the pizza sauce. So let's go back to yesterday. I'll show you what I did. Then I'll meet you back here for the rest of it, including some personal history that Bridget and I have with Halloween Horror Nights. Stay tuned. Here we go. For the cheese sauce, I'm starting with this unsweetened original Ripple brand plant-based protein milk. Ingredients: water and ripotene, which is water and pea protein, and some other ingredients as well. 4 cups. In here. Medium heat on this one. I wanted to make sure I did this right, so I bought myself a digital thermometer. And now we'll wait for it to come to 160 degrees. I forgot to mention the importance of keeping the liquid moving, stirring it constantly. 160 degrees. Turn off the heat and take it off the heat. Then gently stir in 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. We will set a timer for about 30 minutes. Next is the pizza sauce, and this is just as easy. Olive oil, fresh garlic, come together in a medium saucepan. You can do as much or as little garlic as you wish. I love all those chunky pieces right there. But just when you get to that golden brown color, tomatoes. I'll let this simmer on low. A little salt, white pepper, And there you have it, a very basic, simple pizza sauce. And we'll be adding some fresh oregano at the very end. Universal Studios Florida presents first annual Fright Nights, according to this wonderful website called hhncrypt.com. It ran October 25th, 26th, and 31st. And this is an original ticket stub from that event that Bridget and I actually attended. I love the poster. Dying for a good Halloween party. That was the catchphrase that year. All the icons were there, from the Wolfman to the Mummy. There are the dates, hours of operation, and tickets, $12.95. Or you can pay $15.95 admission day, which is what we did. There's only one maze listed here. I'm not sure if there were more than that. I don't remember. But the Dungeon of Terror was there in the Jaws queue. The maze description is a travel through a roadside haunt of gore and terror. And that's where it all started, with that guy right there. No scare zones yet, but look at all the amazing attractions you could have seen. Those two are the only two remaining from the original lineup. What I love about this website, you can view events by year. This was the first annual. It wasn't until the second annual they titled it Halloween Horror Nights. There's the poster. Third annual Florida Halloween Horror Nights. This is interesting. The catchphrase was the third annual. It's not a very catchy catchphrase. Still no icons yet. Longer hours. And ticket prices here say unknown. But if you're watching this from hhncrypt.com, let it be known that we paid $21.15 to get in. That I did not have a ticket stub handy for the second annual, but I can prove to you that we were there because of this guy, Wolfman Jack. Special guest appearance of Wolfman Jack, Halloween Horror Nights 2, right in front of the Mel's Drive-In stage. So we stood in line to meet Wolfman Jack. And there he is. We stood in front of Mel's Drive-In and met Wolfman Jack. He took a liking to Bridget, so he just made this out to her. It says, to Bridget, a very sexy person. Signed it Wolfman Jack, and then made a fun little face over there. Cool. Okay, so we, Bridget and I, we attend the first annual Fright Nights. Then we attend the second annual. Then we attend the third annual. Well, after 3 years, we decided it was time to become a part of Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights history. 1, 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the fourth annual Halloween Horror Nights. This is an original congratulations on our auditions. This is Bridget's. It says, welcome to Universal Studios Florida's Halloween Horror Nights. The following information will be helpful and should answer any questions you may have about your employment. Yes, we were characters in 1994. She was a performer A, got a whopping $5.65 an hour. This just tells you about acceptable attire for Ghoul School. Ghoul School was amazing. That's where they teach you how to be a character. So much fun. And this is her Halloween Horror Nights 1994. She was in an area called the Boneyard. This was her rehearsal schedule. The Boneyard is the grassy area where the stage is, if you know the layout of Universal Studios Florida, between Jimmy Fallon, which was Twister, then there's that big grassy area at the stage, and Rip Ride Rockets. So, and the Boneyard was a wonderful outdoor area where they displayed very larger than life, big movie displays. Here's Bridget in front of the Boneyard. I remember they had like cars and tanks, and they had an original yard hedge or tree from the filming of Edward Scissorhands. Let's check out the boneyard, then we'll talk about where I was. Phase 1, the boneyard. Guests enter the catacombs of a freshly excavated insane asylum. So there's Bridget in front of the boneyard. And there's me in front of the boneyard. So I was a performer G. I got a whopping $7.30 an hour. And here's where I was. In Hell's Kitchen. Guests are chased by a demonic butcher. Yes, yours truly was a demonic butcher. And my room was so much fun. Picture this. I'm standing behind a chain link fence. It came up to about here, chest level on me. Next to me was another actor, leaned up against the wall. I have a chainsaw, and I'm cutting his leg off. Now there's a water effect, so it looks like there's blood pouring out of his leg into the floor. But if that wasn't terrifying enough, as guests walk in and see me cutting off this guy's leg, they're focused on me. There is a button on the floor right by my foot, and I step on it. I have to hold it down. When I hold that button down, all the lights in the room go out. And that triggers an electric chair behind them that lights up, violently shaking this animatronic, sparks flying, strobes going everywhere. And just when you thought it was over, it wasn't. When I take my foot off of that pedal, the lights come back on, but a giant blast of air blows him in the face. I had a lot of fun with people with hats, people with long hair. A lot of fun. Also, I saw Shaquille O'Neal. He came through with a VIP tour, and I said, hey, there's Shaq. I didn't scare him, though. You know what? I think it's time to check on our cheese sauce and our pizza sauce. I've got a strainer in a bowl, and not one, but 2 layers of cheesecloth. And now very gingerly pour this in. I'll give this about 15 minutes to strain. And then once your curds and whey have separated, for the most part, in your cheesecloth, we'll start gathering up the top, bunching it in the middle, trying not to let anything escape. You don't want to squeeze too much because you'll squeeze those curds right out of there. But there's still some whey or water that can escape. You can see the beads of water coming off the side here of our cheesecloth. In the meantime, wash out your pot. So when your curds and whey have separated, they go in here. Then on medium heat, this is how I'm going to flavor mine. Right now it's very bland. So it's pretty much a blank canvas for anything you want to flavor it with. 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. That'll give it a nice nutty flavor. Maybe a little more. I like this stuff. In here I didn't measure. I just poured some salt, red pepper flake, and garlic powder. Again, you can add as much or as little as you want. We like a little kick around here. In you go. I want a gooey cheese, so I want to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and then 1 tablespoon of tapioca starch or tapioca flour. And then whisk everyone together. As it comes to temperature, I'm going to keep stirring, incorporating that tapioca flour or starch and cornstarch into the mixture, and let all those spices have a little fun. I am still stirring on medium, and have been stirring about 8 minutes. And it's slowly coming together. Check it out. Still a little loose, but it's getting there. And I love the flavor. The flavor is so good. I could eat that right now as like a cheddar soup easily. A nice hearty cheddar soup. Yum. Let this go a few more minutes. Let it cool down. Pizza sauce is bubbling away. That looks so wonderful. So we'll take this off the heat and set this aside. Our cheese sauce was homemade. Our pizza sauce homemade. But we're cutting some corners with our sausage on our pizza fries. This hot Italian is wonderful. There is a casing on the outside of these. These, by the way, are wonderful on a grill, especially a charcoal grill. There is an alginate casing that crisps up really nicely when grilled. But for this recipe, we're going to peel off that alginate casing. Then, after a rough chop, into a frying pan at medium heat. Meanwhile, it's fry time, and I love some super crispy crinkle cuts. And keep an eye on these. You can break these up into any size that you wish. Here are some of these oregano leaves. I love the smell of fresh oregano. Look at all that golden brown texture, that caramelization. I think this is ready to be turned off. In about 22 minutes, those fries will be done, and we'll be making some pizza fries. While waiting for our fries to crisp up, let's go back and visit one more piece of Halloween Horror Nights history. Halloween Horror Nights 7. I like this here. The catchphrase, "You'll never sleep again." Well, of course not. Not with that guy chewing on your eyelids. But this was a year when they introduced a parade, which I think the parade was one of the coolest things ever. And it was titled the Festival of the Dead Parade. And it was kind of like a Mardi Gras parade. Here's the parade route, where they would throw out beads and Halloween candy and coins. So these are some original coins from that amazing parade. Halloween Horror Nights 7. There's that guy, that little creature right there, gnawing on someone's eyelid. 1997. I also have one here from Halloween Horror Nights 10 in the year 2000. And this coin has a jack on it. Pretty cool. Great memories. But one thing I do also love about this website is this. The countdown to Halloween Horror Nights number 30 in 2021. As of right now, we have 344 days, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 13 seconds. And counting. Can't wait. But until then, we'll celebrate at home and eat some pizza fries. Even though I am not in a theme park, I thought I would serve my pizza fries in something that looks like it might be something you would find at a theme park. And there we are. DIY, vegan, mostly from scratch, pizza fries. But I guess the big question is, how does it taste? Let's find out. I know in the parks, you use your fingers, but this is looking a little messy. Yep, a lot messy. So, I'll take one bite, then get a fork. This guy's happy. You want some, I bet. First off, some of that sausage by itself. Oh, that's a good bite. You got a little sausage, a little cheese, Little sauce, little fry. There's a good bite. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me eat this, but I've got to tell you, it's really, really delicious. The spice and the cheese and the spice and the sausage. The sausages are nice and spicy on their own. They're not too spicy, but the kick, the heat from the sauce and the cheese, I absolutely love this. Look at that bite right there. Yum. The pizza sauce is delicious. Even though it's simple, sometimes less is more. So a simple, very basic pizza sauce is really good. But the added fresh oregano at the end, perfect. So if you try my recipe and it works out well, and maybe you find something that you added to it that makes it better, let me know. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Hope you enjoyed my little trip down memory lane from Halloween Horror Nights, from the beginning to the current day and into the future. Can't wait. So thanks for watching my video. I appreciate it. Earlier I showed you the music from Halloween Horror Nights 29. Well, if you care to, take a trip back a year ago with me and Bridget and a bunch of our friends to Halloween Horror Nights 29. I'll meet you over there back at the TV. I do have another channel. It was my first channel. Began back about 2013, and it's like a variety show. There's us at Halloween Horror Nights 2019. But here's a fun one from the Kawaii exhibit at Epcot, Hollywood Studios. So a lot of theme park content, but here we are in the Bahamas, Disney Springs, cruise ships, trip to New York, things like that. A fun little craft. But tonight, we're focusing right here. There's Bridget rocking out to some Rob Zombie. So feel free to check out my other channel. It's a lot of fun. Go back in time. Go check out It's Ken. Hey guys, it's Ken. How you doing, Gritty? There's me. Thanks again for watching and tuning in and all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in another video. But in the meantime, go check out my other channel. It's Ken. Bye.